Hi Aquarius, this is your February 2019 reading. Happy birthday to Aquarius Sun. What a beautiful month we have ahead of ourselves. We have a beautiful start of a solar year for you, which is starting not just with your birthday month, but it's starting with a beautiful new moon that is happening on 4th of February, which kickstarts something new in your life, and it is coming with the blessing of Jupiter. Jupiter is in your house of higher hopes, visions, dreams, goals, and social presence. Jupiter's aim this year is to expand your social presence. It's aiming to create a social presence within the society that you're part of, within the business network that you're part of, and it wants to expand your influence, it wants to expand your presence, and it wants you to create a whole new set of tribe that will support you, that will promote you, that will take you forward. And that set is supporting this new start. It's coming in harmony with this new start. So it's a very lucky, very optimistic, very visionary, very forward looking new start that we have on 4th of February. It is one of the rare new moons which do not have a challenge, which means that this new start is very, very ambitious, very positive, very harmonious in nature. And that comes with a lot of power. It comes with a lot of power because you're taking people along in this new start, and you're creating a lot of support for yourself, a lot of blessings for yourself as a part of this new start. Then we have an aspect on 13th of February, which I call the Independence Day aspect, because Mars and Uranus. Mars is an impulsive, courageous planet. It is meeting Uranus, the lightning bolt of freedom. So these two planets are combining together for the last time ever in our lifetime at 29-degree Aries. This is us seeking freedom of self-expression. This is us leaving behind any kind of fear, any kind of unconscious belief that was holding us back to present our skills to the world. You're sort of removing a blockage that was keeping you in the background, that was not letting you say your piece, that was not letting you be bold enough in your self-expression, because Uranus has set your self-expression free. It has changed the way you communicate with your surroundings over the course of last 7 years that it has been in your self-expression house. And now it wants you to use that. It wants you to use those skills to create a social presence. But there are certain blockages, certain unconscious beliefs that might have been holding you back, so forth. And this is sort of the unlock that's happening. It's an unlocking of that, leaving behind the old set of belief, leaving behind the unconscious process that goes around in our mind that stops us from saying what we truly want to say. Because you are creating a new commercial destiny which has to be based on you being able to express yourself fully, you being able to present your skills clearly to the world, you being able to come out with a self-expression which does not have self-doubt around it. You have to use your courage, you have to use your voice, you have to use your self-expression, you have to let your ideas free. And that free flow of ideas comes through because of you removing some sort of hindrance, and Uranus helps you set free from whatever was holding you back so far. So we go on much higher speed with that. You have been going on much higher speed since the last 1 month, because Mars has been in your house of communication. You've been working towards this. You've been working towards closing a lot of mundane things as well, because you want to have your new start. And that is exactly what happens after this aspect happens on 13th of February. The second half of the month after 13th or 14th of February is more stable. It's more about persistence. It's about maintaining what you have created. It's about carrying the mission forward. It's about maintaining and creating sustainability of what you're trying to create. And also there is a lot of focus on your personal life in the second half of the month, because Mars moves into your home and family sector, and we have a full moon in your partnership sector as well as your proceeds of partnership. So whether it is a personal partnership or a business partnership that you're entering into, the proceeds of that will come under reconsideration. It could be the financial aspect, or it could be the intimacy in a personal relationship. And finances in general will become a focus of your thought processes after 10th of February, because Mercury, your intelligent mind, would be looking more deeply into your finances. How are you taken care of? How your finances handle? And we'll be looking to buckle down and handle our financial destiny going forward over the course of next 9 weeks. But especially towards the end of the month, we have certain aspects that will give you the opportunity to nail down the financial aspect of certain projects, or just the financial aspect overall of your life. You're sort of straightening your finances towards the end of the month. There are certain days which I like you to be careful about, although this month is very, very positive. There are a few things we need to be careful about. The first date I want you to be careful around is 13th of February. That is the day I called Independence Day, but the energy is really over the top on that day. So if you're driving or you're using any kind of vehicle, I want you to be careful around 11th, 12th, and 13th of February, because this energy is like bursting out of our skin. It is very explosive, very out of the body kind of, it's very courageous. So, and it's not just you, there will be people around you who will look like they're restless. So being a little bit careful if you're driving, or just being careful in terms of being accident prone and handling devices at the time, which we want to be careful about. Then around 19th of February, if there's any financial matter that you're trying to nail down around 19th of February, I would request to not sign any financial obligation around 18th or 19th of February, because there might be some element of confusion that requires reconsideration. And overall, the financial aspects that you're handling after 19th of February will undergo changes over the course of March, because Mercury will be going retrograde. So we will probably have to redo certain financial matters during the course of March. So these are the 2 days I want you to be careful about. But overall, the month is excellent. We have very, very positive dates this month. We have 2nd and 3rd of February, which are great for negotiation, which are great to sort of get into a discussion with somebody in your friends group, or just meet some sort of mentor or person of influence who can help you grow forward, or very good to launch something like a creative venture that you want to launch to a larger set of people over the internet. 3rd of February is excellent to do that. Then 7th or 8th of February is again great for self-expression, again great to expand your presence online, to expand the presence of your product, or just expand your social presence by interacting with people at a larger scale. You are in a place right now where your social presence has to be expanded. So interact and put yourself in front of as many people as you can, especially in the first 13 days of the month. 3rd of February is great to do that. 7th or 8th of February is great to do that. Then in the second half of the month, the dates are more pertinent for intimacy and for finances. 18th of February and 22nd and 23rd of February. These are excellent days to sort of buckle down and handle things related to your private life, related to intimacy, and also to gain more strength within your core in terms of your faith. And it is a great time to sort of have a discussion and go into in depth about your finances as well. Especially 23rd of February is a great day to sort of get into the details of any kind of financial matters. So let's dig into the details of things now. I leave timestamps as usual in the comments for you to come back to specific portions of the reading during the course of the month. Let's dig in. So the month is starting on a very, very high and ambitious note. Mars and Pluto, they're squaring each other towards the end of the month of January. It is exact around 1st or 2nd of February. So we're sort of starting the month itself with a high courageous note. So if there were any task we were not able to handle before that looked tough in nature, any tough discussions, any tough commercial discussions, any skill set we were not able to hone on or work on, any kind of packaging, branding, communicating, sales, commercial exercise that we were not able to do earlier, you can move mountains around the first half of the month itself, at the start of the month in fact. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th, they're very, very powerful in self-expression. They're very powerful in handling a larger set of people and creating a presence for yourself. You'll be very, very charming. You have been very, very charming throughout the month of January as well, even more so with Venus in your social houses. So the social support that you have been getting towards January, that continues at the start of February. But we are immediately getting into a change of gear mode. On 3rd of February, Venus goes into hiding. So your personal life and your private life is taking a little bit of a backseat, or it becomes more behind the scene as compared to in front of the scene, because we are getting more engaged with your new start, with the social networks, with the expanded aspirations going forward, because our new moon is happening, your new moon is happening on 4th of February, and that is happening at 15 degree of Aquarius, which means that if you have planets around 12 to 18 degree of Aquarius, that is a brand new start for you. So if you're born around 4th of February, or if you have um, uh, you're an Aquarius sun who's born around 1st to 7th of February, this is a brand new shift for you. It could be a new job, it could be a completely new career, it could be a new start in your personal life. If we are starting, at the very least, all of you would be getting fresh energy infused into what you do on a day-to-day basis in your personal life as well as your professional life. We're starting a new chapter, we're having a fresh start, and Jupiter is blessing that fresh start because it's positively aspecting it, and we're getting optimism, we're getting happiness out of this new start. It's a very, very lucky, one of the fortunate aspects that is happening right off the bat at the start of the month itself. It's exact around 8th or 9th of February when Sun is meeting Jupiter, to be exact, but right from 4th of February you start feeling it. You start feeling that the new thing that you're starting, you have favor for it. You have favor from people, from mentors, from your surroundings, from your friends, from your authority figures, from the people in the business network that matter to you, that are of influence. They're supporting you, they're cheering you on, they're giving you favors, they're expanding your aspirations, and that is pumping you up. That is expanding what you are, your vision, that is expanding what you expect out of your future, which is exactly what we want in 2019, because 2019 is about expanding your aspirations, expanding your social presence, expanding who you want to become. Your vision, hopes, and dreams, as well as your social network, is getting a bump up in 2019. And this is also the house of big wealth. So, creation of wealth, there are aspects to support that as a result of your social presence improving, as a result of you getting more popularity in the business networks, your acceptance in the business networks improving. And this could be in form of a product you're launching, it could be in form of a new job you're starting, it could be in form of launching a website that gains sudden popularity, sudden acceptance, and there's an expansion in your acceptability, in people liking what you're doing. Right off the bat at the start of the month itself with this new moon, which will have an impact for the next 2 weeks at the very least. But if you have planets around 12 to 18 degree of Aquarius, which means if you're an Aquarius sun born between 1st to 7th of February, this has much longer lasting impact for you, much more impact for you. I would actually expand the orb even from 28th, 29th of January all the way to 8th or 9th of February. We'll feel this very strong influence, and Jupiter is moving forward. Jupiter is actually moving forward towards 18 or 19 degree of Aquarius, which means even all the way till 10th of February we'll feel the positivity of Jupiter, the expansion, expansion of aspirations, the support from your surroundings would be felt by a much larger set of you. And then with that, apart from Jupiter meeting Sun and Moon on 4th of February, it's also meeting Mercury, our mind. So our mind is expanded with new ideas. We sort of see ourselves aiming for more. Broad thinking, positive thinking, looking at what more can I do with my life and communicating about it, talking to people about it. It's great for relationships, it's great for social settings. It is great if you put yourself in a situation where you're sort of faced with a large set of people. It gives you the confidence to express yourself in terms of in front of large set of people. The self expression is great right now, and you're creating presence in a group. You're convincing them about your point of view, which could be very different because Mercury is in your sign and you are a sign of innovation. You're a sign of different thinking. You're a sign of progressive thinking. You're a sign of hope, positive vision. So you can communicate a very different point of view to a set of people, a side of things that they have not seen before. And especially till 10th of February, while Mercury is in your sign, you should take advantage of the first 10 days of the month to create certain new ideas, create a new way of thinking, create certain new thought processes that you can sell to a larger set of people, that you can sort of which can help you create more presence in the business network, and you'll be able to create and execute new ideas because Mars and Mercury are meeting together as well on 7th or 8th of February. So that is the energy of fast thinking, initiative, waking up in your mind and body and implementing certain new ideas. Mars is in the phase of getting a lot of work done in a short period of time, and you have experienced that already in January. It is like Mars has been set free after 2 years in Aries, and it wants a lot of things to get to be done, and it is in positive aspect with you. So you can get a lot done due to your courage, due to your innovative thinking between 6th to 9th of February, and that is for all of you. But if you have specially planets around 20 to 25 degree, you're looking at a great amount of energy coming your way, which means if you are an Aquarius sun born around 9th or 10th of February all the way to 15th of February, you're looking at a boost of energy, a boost of ideas, boost of sudden quick thinking, new ideas, lightning bolt of ideas, a lot of work getting done in a short period of time. And your voice will be very, very powerful and constructive right now. Saturn and Neptune are also meeting together. This is an aspect I spoke about in the last month's video as well. You're bringing certain financial aspirations, your aspirations about what kind of talents you want to have. You're bringing that to reality. You're working on certain skill sets that you did not have before. You're developing them, and they could have commercial value going forward. And I will encourage you to do that. This is an aspect that will be repeated 3 times during the course of the year. It is meeting only for the first time on 31st of January, and whole of February is sort of under the influence of that. You're learning a new skill set, a new talent that has commercial value, and now you're sort of grounding it. You're creating boundaries around it. You're creating the process and the hard work required to become perfect at it. And it could be something related to your financials as well. Maybe you're straightening out your financials, maybe you're figuring out a new source of income, or you're sort of straightening how much you make right now and how can I get more value out of what I do, how can I get more value out of my talents right now. If you are in any kind of creative field, 5th and 6th of February are great for creative channeling. Even 2nd of February, when Venus is meeting Galactic Center, that is a great time to publish something creative to a large set of audience. Aquarius new moon will have an effect at least for the next 2 weeks. So from 4th of February till 2 weeks, it's the time to think outside the box. It's the time for progressive ideas. It is the time to socialize, meet people, and interact and create a new network for yourself. It is about detaching yourself from the high over the top energy that we had last month, which was very emotionally charged to some extent, and have a little bit of fun, because your season is about socializing. It's about meeting people. It's about finding certain new innovative solutions that work for everybody. And there is, in symbolic astrology, the new moon that is happening at 15 degree Aquarius, it is shown as two lovebirds sitting on a fence singing happily. So there is a union of perspective. There is a happenstance out of work done jointly, which is happening. You see certain fruits of things that you've worked on with people, with other people, and you'll see more harmony being created with people around you. The ideals of harmony and to some extent cooperation and relationships will be very, very evident right now, and hopefully we'll see that in the political arena as well, where people find a middle ground in terms of how to work together like you do. In terms of our health, because of this new moon, because a new moon in your sign does matter for your health. So, few things to just take note of and be careful about. One is if you have any ailments of nervous system, because a new moon in your sign, it sort of revs up the nervous system. It revs up the circulation in our body. So, if you have any ailment related to blood circulation, cardiovascular system, or varicose veins, or nervous system overall, we need to manage the nerves. We need to manage the nervous system. So if there's any form of relaxation that you use, when you're overstimulated, like it could be acupuncture, it could be yoga, it could be taking the right electrolytes, it could be taking the right salts or minerals, just taking care of that, just extra care on your nervous and circulatory system at the time. Similarly, it rules Aquarius rules any data system, so backing up your data, just making sure if there's any important publication that you're involved in, you are backing your data up. Then from 7th of February, Uranus starts moving towards 29 degree of Aries. So there is some amount of urgency you start feeling in your day to day, in your communication, in your ability to learn things, in your ability to it's to sort of generate ideas. There is some amount of speeding up that we feel from about 7th of February. You'll feel an urgency to generate ideas, urgency to discuss with people, urgency to create certain creative solutions and ideas and information. And Mercury will be supporting you in that around 7th to 10th of February, stimulating discussions, new information coming your way, maybe certain important new information that you did not know before about your new start, also coming your way around 7th to 10th of February. At 29 degree, there's certain urgent learning that happens, like realization that I need to know something more than I know right now, and you get engaged with that. Then on 10th of February, we'll be having Mercury move into your finances. So the focus will shift to finances after 10th of February. This is also a time when we start working on certain talents that will have more commercial value going forward. So maybe there is a new skill set that you need to acquire which is related to financial money generation as well. We will be spending 9 weeks in this area, so your mind will be focused on generating value for the next 9 weeks starting from 10th of February. And this does not happen normally. We are only set on a topic for 3 weeks. We are spending an extended period of time on your finances because there might be something that we need to rework, we need to work on and perfect over the course of next couple of weeks. So pay attention to financial matters, especially after 19th of February, in terms of what is coming up, because you might need some amount of readjustments in your finances. It could be readjustments on certain talents as well, certain resources, maybe an asset that you own needs reconsideration, needs a purchase that you're trying to have, maybe that is under reconsideration. But a financial matter will undergo a long term reconsideration from 10th of February all the way to end of March. Then comes the aspect that I've been talking about, which is Mars and Uranus come together in the 29 degree, the critical degree of Aries, around 13th of February. And you'll start feeling this urgency from 9th of February itself. As I said, the urgency to speak up, urgency to lose the fear and express yourself clearly. You're needing to talk about certain tough topics that you've not been able to talk before. It could be that fear was holding you back. It could be that you were not opening up your expression, opening up your flood of information because of a fear to some extent, a sort of unconscious belief that maybe I will not be able to learn this, maybe I will not be able to express myself clearly, maybe my skill sets are not good enough to put in front of other people. But there's a dramatic shift which opens floodgates. And if you are in a field where you sort of have to sell things, or you have to write things, or you have to brand stuff and publish it, This is a opening of sorts. This is like a floodgate which is opening, and you're getting a freedom of self-expression around 9th or 10th of February, and you do your best work as a result of that. Uranus has opened up your ideas generation center, your self-expression, your voice, your courage to say what you truly want to say to your surroundings, to the people around you, to to the people. Give people a new perspective that is your original perspective. And for the longest time, if you have not been able to do that, this is an aspect which is setting you free from any kind of unconscious belief, any kind of hindrance that was stopping you from being able to do that. It's very much encouraged for you to present your talents to people, write something, publish something, come out with something. It will be a very, very busy period. You will be communicating a lot. You may not have a lot of time to think here. There will be almost like a pressure to generate quick ideas. So we need to be a little bit careful in terms of any heated discussion that we might get into and waste our time, because Uranus has set your self-expression to fire. You want to use that productively. You want to claim your independence. You want to claim your voice. You want your belief system, new ideas to sort of go live. But the vigor and the passion, do not let it go to waste because of somebody taking things too personally here, because you don't want to engage in that kind of energy right now. It's just a waste of your time. So claim your freedom, claim your voice, use it productively at this stage. Do not waste it, and trust your intuition at this stage. You are being asked to have the courage to trust your hunches, to trust what you're supposed to say, to sort of take certain healthy risks to propel forward. And you can't propel forward with your healthy body, mind, and environment without sort of cleaning the closet. So there might be certain demons we'll have to fight as a process of that. There's a square to South Node which is happening at this time, which is an aspect of fighting our own demons, the enemy within us, or the enemies that we did not know outside us that existed. They will come out of the closet when we start speaking up. So there will be certain amount of fight, certain amount of lack of faith, fear, which we'll have to battle to move forward. But this energy gives you the impetus to move ahead despite all of that, despite anybody saying something, despite anybody trying to sabotage you in the hiding, despite anyone or anybody saying anything which puts you down in terms of what you're trying to say. There will always be people who will not like what we say when we come out in a public forum, but here you are being asked to trust your hunches, trust your intuition, and say what you need to say. Your ideas have validity, your ideas have a lot of weight in it, and you have worked on it for a long time now. At 29 degree of Aries, where Uranus and Mars is, in symbolic astrology, it is represented as a conductor raises his baton and vibrates it rapidly. He suddenly points to the violin who enter on a tremble. You are looking at right time to act. You're looking to seize the opportunity versus missing the chance. You're looking to be in tune with the situation, and the situation is asking you to go for it. This is the degree of Venus of Marilyn Monroe. This is the degree of Mars of Steve Jobs. This is the degree to go for it. This is the degree where we do not get engaged or get lost too much in overthinking the situation versus sort of urging. We're just breaking free of any limitations, any free. It's a very spontaneous energy, very risk on, very exciting. Have your uniqueness out. Do not suppress your expression. Download what you need to do. Sudden realization. Open yourself to new possibilities right now. The urge to break free of whatever was old is going to be very, very high right now. The only thing I'll ask you to be careful of is one is driving. If you're driving, be careful of that around 11th, 12th, and 13th of February. Secondly, if you have any siblings or personal friends who you might be opening up to, being a little bit careful in terms of how it's coming across, because it could be erratic, it could be a little bit harsh as well right now. 11th and 12th especially can be a little bit of uncomfortable days, so being careful on those dates. Then from 14th of February, Mars moves into Taurus, so the focus becomes more on stabilizing home and family, focus on actual place of living, improving your current place of living and maintaining that, creating a safe place for your home and family. So the focus will be on that. 13th, 14th, and 15th are Gemini moon. It's a great time for mental activities, for reading, for learning, for creating something on 13th, 14th, and 15th. Then on 17th of February, we have a beautiful aspect, which is like a delayed Valentine's Day. It's a very beautiful romantic aspect when Venus and Neptune, both of them higher inspiration of love, they're meeting together in your private houses. So it's a great time to go for a date. It's a great time to do any beauty changes. It's a great time to acquire art, get some good food, just good living essentially in your private life. That is a weekend, so enjoy that weekend. 16th, 17th is when you could probably have a belated Valentine's Day date, which will be beautiful in my view. Then from 16th to 19th, we have Sun and Uranus working together. Certain stimulating discussion, certain communication which is surprising and positive might come through at that time, and you might be acting on your unique perspective as well. It is great for discussion of your ideas. If there are any new ideas, new commercial ideas you have and you want to talk about it, 16th to 19th of February are great days to do that, to be able to sort of emphasize why you think this should be done, etc. And this is the time when you will feel the urgency to deliver on certain commercial ideas as well. There will be an urgency to write, there'll be an urgency to deliver it, there'll be an urgency to even close a deal to some extent, and you might be able to do that at the time. Then on 18th of February, we have Venus and Saturn meeting together in your private house. So, certain unconscious beliefs, certain overindulgences, even or health related overindulgences might come into scrutiny around 18th of February, and we need to be a little bit careful about that. More control in terms of things that are addictive in nature, that are not helping us, they will come into serious consideration. Right now we're getting real in terms of our health, we're getting real in terms of our self-care, we're getting real in terms of taking care of our inner world as well. Our spiritual health, our mental health, as well as our physical health will come into focus on 18th of February at that time. Neptune is there, it is giving you certain new inspirations, maybe new diets that you can try, new type of foods that you can go after, but being very, very conscious of any overindulgences at this time, because Saturn will make sure that we sort of prune whatever is extra in our food, in our diet, which is not making us healthy right now, and it is important to do that. Saturn will be entering your sign in 2020, so health is a key area that we need to handle during the course of 2019. Then on 19th of February, Sun also moves into your house of finances, self-worth and net worth. So the focus is very much on taking care of your finances, of your resources, handling the money, as well as making more decisions on that. But in Pisces, the decision is made more intuitively. Be careful of that our mind is more in water sign right now. So the money decisions are more fluid in nature and they're subjected to change, especially any money discussions that happen after 19th of February, they will be more subjected to change. And that brings me to the beautiful full moon in Virgo that is happening on 19th of February, that will have an impact and focus for the next 2 weeks starting from 19th of February. This is happening in the area of proceeds of partnership for you. So the any kind of partnership you are in, if you are in a committed business partnership, looking at whether you're getting the right proceeds of that, are your finances taken care of, are you paid well, culmination of some sort of commission in a deal, culmination of a financial obligation to some extent, maybe a loan coming to an end, maybe a inheritance matter coming to fruition, some financial obligation is coming to its end at this point in time. Insurance matter, inheritance matter, loan, joint finances coming to focus right now. If you are in a committed marriage partnership, the intimacy and depth of that partnership will come into focus as well at this point in time. Are you getting the depth that you need in a partnership or not? Is there anything that needs to shift there? That will come to light at this point in time. Now this full moon per se is happening only around 29 degree of Aquarius, so directly affected could be 18th 19th February born, 18th to 20th February, but all of you will feel it as a culmination of something, as a culmination of a a financial aspect that has been pending for some time. This is a very fortunate full moon. It's coming with the aspect of Regulus. Regulus is a star which is very, very ambitious. It is known for fame. It is known for being very, very bold. And that is sitting with the moon at this point in time. So if there were any brave discussion, any ambitious discussion with respect to your finances that need to be had, where you're not being given your right share, this is the time to do it. And the Uranus Mars aspect that happened on 13th of February is very much a key influence on this full moon. So because your self-expression is set free, you're asking for your true worth of your talents right now. Your self-expression, you are no more holding back what you need to say to people. You're not holding back your self-expression. You're publishing what you need to publish. You're sending out the information that you need to send out. And now you're looking for the returns for it. How do I generate value out of it? How do I get the full value for it? And Mercury and Neptune will be meeting together on 19th of February in your finances house as well. There are certain higher aspirations that you have for your finances, which Mercury will be thinking about. You'll be thinking about, how do I make my financial dreams come true? How do I make sure that I'm making money while keeping my values in consideration? Because full moon in Virgo essentially wants you to take care of being true to yourself, being true to your values, being true to who you are as a person. It understands that we have to go diligently forward, and you will need to go diligently forward in terms of your money matters right now, because money matters will undergo change as Mercury will go backwards on the same degrees it is moving forward on from 19th of February all the way to early part of March. So if there is any new financial launch, maybe you're charging for your talents, maybe you're starting a new transaction, a new deal, it will undergo some amount of embellishments, change of perspective, addition, edits during the course of March. Jupiter is aspecting Mercury and Neptune as well, so there will be a little bit of over exuberance. Being careful around 22nd of February to not overcommit to somebody, overcommit to a set of people that I'll deliver this, going a little bit overboard to some extent. It is a very lucky aspect for your finances, for your big wealth, but being careful that we are not overextending ourselves financially is important right now. Venus and Saturn are sort of holding the reins. They're telling you to sober things down, to contain it, to be more grounded in reality right now in terms of what we can deliver on, what we cannot. Even a reality check from an external person, an actual person could come. And if you need to make commitment right now, financial commitment between 19th, between around 17th to 20th of February, consult somebody who's more experienced as compared to you. Consult somebody who has been in that area for a long time. Consult a parent, consult somebody older than you, consult somebody who's been in that business line, and that consultation might come through, in my view, around 19th or 20th of February as well. So seek out and you shall get, I think, in terms of investment as advice right now. And I feel apart from your financial resources, your physical resources will also come under reconsideration, which could be your talents, it could be your diet, it could be your actual asset. Some asset might come under reconsideration as well, and a discussion around the true value of your assets or true value of your financial fixed asset, or a sort of Diet reconsideration, a detox of diet is in order. In fact, on 23rd of February, we have Mercury and Pluto meeting together. It's an excellent day to detox your diet. It is a power day to make up your mind about your financial destiny, about an asset. Making detailed plans in terms of how you want to nourish yourself is also the order of the day around 22nd and 23rd of February. In fact, if there are any physical changes that you want to bring about, 22nd and 23rd of February are excellent days to do that. Taking discussions in terms of your relationship, finances, or partnership into a new dimension. You'll feel very powerful in your core, very powerful in your faith, very powerful in terms of taking care of yourself at this point in time. And because of that, the resources that support you will undergo changes accordingly, whether it is your diet, it is your talent, it is your skill set, or it is the actual physical assets and money that supports you. Then from 26th to 28th of February, we have Mars and Sun meeting together. You are acting to secure yourself. There's a lot of confidence, a lot of energy available to you right now to get things done. This could be related to home and family, which needs your attention. It could be an actual investment into real estate that requires your attention at the time, and it might be a good time to look at that, to add something new to your house, maybe invest more into your house, looking at the financial aspect of your home as well, physical home as well. Brace yourself for changes this month. Give yourself the right preparation as we go into this month, because there are a lot of changes coming your way as a part of your new start. You're getting into a completely new paradigm right now. There's a paradigm shift which is coming your way. When a new moon of this order comes through, we are very different after it. So being ready for that. The next phase is Uranus will be moving into your home and family sector from 6th of March. So we'll see some changes in terms of your place of living, in terms of your home and family. We'll see those changes come about from next month. We'll talk more about the personal life in the month of March, where that becomes a focus apart from finances for you. So thank you so much, and I look forward to keep on working with you. Good luck for such a beautiful month. Happy birthday again to Aquarius Sun. Good luck.